2008. RS. So I'm just gonna kind of go through and highlight some pros and cons, since I have the luxury of seeing it in person as opposed to playing guessing games on the internet. Alright. So, first and foremost, up here, the front clip kind of has some rock chips, you know, not necessarily out of the scope of, you know, what is reasonable for the mileage that's on it. So front bumper, just a smattering of small chips. There's a water spot there. Looking at the hood and fenders look pretty good. And then the top side of the bumpers, you know, top side of the bumper's good too. I mean, there's still some kind of little stuff, but nothing too crazy. It's just kind of on the flat, like forward-facing components, or forward-facing part of the bumper down there, that it's really kind of a little more obvious. Paint-wise is very strong. You know, we haven't had like a full professional level, like buff and polish or anything like that on the car. Overall, I would say that paint's pretty reflective. I'd say it looks pretty good overall. And looking down the sides, just kind of looking for any dents or dings. Not seeing anything on the passenger side. Look at driver's side. There's a couple flaws over here. Kind of see a couple little pings, little rock chips, I should say. This looks like a previously touched up, like a little scratch. Which actually looks like they did a pretty good job touching that up. It's very slight kind of rock chipping on the mirror there. We had this, there's a spot of like PPF that goes, you know, from the factory that kind of kicks down like that. We ultimately had that removed due to, it was just kind of starting to look a little tired. So we had that pulled. Nothing's been reapplied on there, but that's the reason why it's missing, is because we had that removed. There's a chip right here, and it looks like there was a previously touched up chip right there as well. Looks like there was another chip at one point that's been fixed. It's a little dusty back here, so apologies for the slight dust that's on there, but it just kind of happens with sitting in the shop here. Front side of the back looks very tidy. I'm just looking for flaws. So everything looks pretty good back here. Here's the exhaust system. I think it says it's amazing exhaust right there. I'm not seeing any dents or dings this far. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So we'll move on to wheels. There's a few little flaws going on there. Tires are older also. Date code from 2016. Tread's good. Back rotors are good. It's got a little bit of a very slight lip on them, but nothing too crazy there, it seems. This wheel looks great. I don't see any issues with it. Tires are also 2016. Front rotor, I would wager that these have probably been replaced at one point. These are pretty strong. I don't really feel a very slight lip on that rotor as well. They're not grooved or waved or anything like that. They seem pretty nice. Yeah, same story on the driver's side as well. Only a slight mark on this wheel here. Tire date code from 2019. So We might have gotten a flat with that one at one point, perhaps. This wheel looks good too. Same story, it looks like on the rear rotor over here. Pretty strong. I mean, it brakes nice and smooth. There's no shudders or anything like that going through or vibrations coming through the wheel as you're driving it. All that seems fine. Yeah, day code from 2016. So tires, as a general statement here, are older. Moving on to the top. Top looks good overall. There's some slight, little kind of abrasions, if you will, but if you look at it up close, it's pretty common. I mean, they all these 997s have like a little touch of kind of where they crinkle. We like to store the cars with the tops up. I don't like to leave them compressed. Kind of, that's what'll really screw them up. There's no holes or anything like that. Just some slight, kind of wear marks in a couple different areas, but looking at the overall condition of the canvas, looks great. So it looks a little weird on camera, more weird on camera than what it does in person. In person, it looks really nice. This right here, I don't know what this is. This looks like something dripped on the car. I'm just now noticing that, so I don't know if that looks like it. Yeah, okay, it looks like it comes off, whatever it is. We'll work on getting that removed. I don't know how I didn't catch that. It looks like it's somewhat coming off there. We'll work on whatever that is. And moving on to the interior. No foreign smells or anything like that. It smells great in here. Doesn't smell like smoke or anything like that. Seats are in nice condition. Leather's in nice condition. It's got the full leather interior, which means it's just got, leather dashboard. Looks like it's got gray stitching. Sport chrono. And it's got carbon fiber shift knob, carbon fiber handbrake or e-brake. There's a slight crack in the carbon fiber right there on the cup holder spot. It's missing these two little squares right there. Cup holders are still functional, which is somewhat surprising because they do tend to break all the time on these cars. So it still works as intended. Well, I say that. I guess I need to figure out how to push that back. I guess I'll have to mess with that and figure out how to get it to where it'll sit back where it's supposed to. That door malfunctions a lot on these cars. Hopefully I didn't literally just break that on camera. I'll mess with it. It's not, I've had it happen before on these cars. It's not a crazy expensive fix to do it. Back seats, not much to write home about there. Headliner looks great. A little scuff right here. I don't know if this can come out either. It might just be a little bit of paint transfer or something. So it's obviously, it's got the factory painted center console, which is cool. Buttons are all in good condition. A lot of times these buttons start looking terrible over time. It looks great. Dashboard shows a couple little marks on it. I don't know if it's just from fingernails or what, but it's moving on to the driver's side. Driver's side door. It's got two keys. My bad. Got two keys. Driver's seat looks great. Alright, it's showing 48,615 miles on it. Engine's cold. I just started it up to move it forward a couple feet. Goes to the gears nicely. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, that's reverse. So stereo's not much to write home about. Just factory 997.1. Here in St. Louis today. Got heated seats. Just keep holding the button, then it'll roll up the windows. Driver's door handle is getting a little bit loose. You can kind of see there's a touch of play right here before it ultimately opens. It's on almost every, seems like it's on almost every 997.1 that we get in. Front fog lights, I believe those have been changed as well, or running lights, whatever you want to call them. Those are LEDs. See, the car is like pretty quiet, just in quiet mode. It sounds completely stock. Back it, but it's parking spot here. There's no lights on or anything. Put the top back up again. Right. I guess we'll move this thing down for now. We gotta move the car a little bit. It's a little easier to see out of. Our shop. That's our 911 C2S Cab.